Okay, welcome back, my little lambs, to part 5 of our CKF, or Cyber Knight's Flashpoint video series. We're going to get right back where we left off. We've got 4 people ready to train. Dade is on legwork. We've got a new message coming up in 4 days with Octane. And in 29 days, we owe our first payment of $500,000, or United Digitals as they are called. The first thing we're going to want to get over and focus to is going to be our training. Okay, for training, our Cyber Knight, Urza, has of 2 points. So we're going to go here to class training, and these are all her different things again. Pre-compute advantage, it gives us a plus 12 initiative bonus within 25 meters. It's a very good thing to have. So let's check some things out. Let's see. Okay, this, if we upgrade it, it's going to make it 35 meters that we can sit there and use this talent at. That would be pretty good because it increases the range that we can be away from our teammates. This reduces the recharge rate of it by 1 turn. So that's a pretty good thing if you're going to be using this. You know, the faster you can get it up and running again, that's the best thing to do. So let's see. We've already got that. This will give us 12 initiative and 1 move point. That is very, very good. That is something that could come in very handy when you're trying to get around and you have to escape or possibly do something else. So obviously we're going to go ahead and get that. We've got 1 point left. This will give us 1 reaction and 1 initiative. That's pretty good. But over here is our security scramble. This is something that we really want to be able to focus on because it's really going to help us out disabling devices and stuff. So anything we can do for this, let's see. Next 2 turns, I think we've already got that unlocked. Yeah, so we don't have to worry about that. That gives it 1 recharge, so that's very good. So we're going to select that, and then we're going to be done with Urza. That increases its range. That's something we might want to think about for next time, because then we can get devices 30 meters away if we upgrade that. But we're done here, so let's go back. And now we're going to check on Aaron. Code Block is his nickname. He's got 3 points. So let's open up his thing. This is his marker sights. This buff, or debuff as it is, we use on enemies. It can cancel their overwatch. But what we really want is his overwatch and getting it up as powerful as we can. We've already got 2 parts of it unlocked. This is going to increase the firing angle of it and give us some damage bonus. So that's going to be a very good thing to get. Anytime you can increase your angle, which means there's a better chance of hitting more enemies if they move through and more damage, it's always a good thing. So we're going to go ahead and take that. And then down here, another bonus to damage. So yeah, this is something definitely to go for. And let's see. This will reduce the recharge rate by 1 turn, so that's always a good thing when you can reduce the time it takes for skills to reset. So that takes care of the 3 points from him. We are done. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, and now we don't need to worry about multi-class. Just get out. Okay, now we got Emil, or Tank Trap. She's got 2 points. She is got her lure, which we used very, very effectively to confuse a couple of guards in the 1 mission. So increasing it could definitely be a good thing, but I think we're going to focus on her jam kit ability. Let's see where we can find that. No, that's silence. That's her way of moving around without getting detected. We really didn't use that skill that much, so here's jam kit. This is where we're going to focus. We've already got 1 charge for it, so if we go over here, down here, increases it by 1 max charge, so that's good. We'll select that. And up here, another max charge. So she'll have 3 uses of this. She's going to be good at disabling security for us. And we're done with her, so now we're going to go to Zasha. We'll just call her Augur. That's her little nickname. Now, she's got a cyber sword and her improved power slice. It's a very good thing to use. When you activate it, if you can kill an enemy with one hit, it's usually good, or it'll sit there and debuff them pretty good. But we want to focus on her slash slide. Right now, it's at 7 meters. We want to increase it because this helps her move around. So if we select this, now we can go 9 meters. Now, if we put 1 point in here, we'll get 1 more meter out of it, but is it worth it? There's other things we can select, like this. This reduces the recharge of time for it. That is very important and probably worth more than the 1 extra meter we're going to get. So we'll train that, and we are done with her. And so now we don't have anybody else to worry about, so that's good. Okay, so Dade is on legwork. We're going to get that done. And here we go. He's back. He was out trying to find out who made that call that got the security squad on us. So we're going to go through their dialogue and read what there is and find out. Okay, so now the game is giving us an explanation of heat and how it affects us. The more heat there is, the more security that we'll have when we go on missions. So if we can keep our heat low, that means it's usually easier to start off a mission and we won't have to jump through so many hoops, hopefully. High heat means more security, so more danger and usually harder to get going. Now the game is giving us a choice. We can either complete this mission forgetting about the person, or we can go up here and try and find out some more and see if we might be able to turn them over to our side by threatening them or maybe making them, a friendly offer. So it's your choice. I think we're going to go with this. Okay, we're going to go ahead and send Dade out. And in my original recording, I had a lot longer explanation of how this works. But since all that audio got screwed up, short version, you can pretty much send Dade out every single time you're playing this because you're still in the tutorial. He almost never fails, even though it says 60%. Okay, so Dade is on some legwork. He'll be back soon. Now we've got this message with Octane. We need to go ahead and take care of this little problem coming up. So we're going to start the interaction with her and see what she has to say. Okay, so we've got a couple options to choose here from. So we're just going to sit there and read them and see what seems like the best to go with. You know what they say, if an offer seems too good to be true, that's usually what it is. I get the feeling maybe we were set up from the beginning to become a cyber knight just to pull off this job. Let's see what else Octane has to say for herself. Okay, so it looks like there's going to be two parts to this job Octane is offering us. First, we have to recover some lost property, then we got to hit a data center, and if we can accomplish these, the $2 million debt we owe is going to be forgiven. It sounds like a setup, but we've probably got no other choice, really, it would seem. That's a lot of money to have to come up with in 30 days. And if we have a chance of getting that taken care of by doing a mission, that's probably going to be the way to go. Okay, so by talking with Octane a little more, we've managed to convince her that if we pull off this job, she's going to tell us everything she knows, which she claims isn't much, but she put up a lot of money for this operation for us. She's got to know quite a bit. So we're going to go ahead and accept this job of hers, and we'll start seeing what we need to do to prepare it. There's probably going to be a few other things we need to check around in our base before we would leave for this mission, though. So we have a chance for more legwork, but if you look below that, it says delay, and it tells us that we're too short on mercs for legwork right now. That means if we would send somebody out, we may not have enough members to form a full team if we decide to go ahead and take on this mission. We could also try talking amongst ourselves a little bit more about the spinal computer, but that's probably not going to do much for us. The best option is going to be to go ahead and complete this dialogue option. We've made our choice, we know what to do, so let's get to it. Okay, so in 6 days we've got to do this mission. It's pending heist, Haven Smokeout. We've also got 2 days, 6 hours. Dade's going to be back from his legwork, so we're going to be advancing the timeline to see what Dade had to say, and hopefully we'll be able to get to that heist afterward. This is not Dade. Something else must have just triggered before he got back. Let's see what Augur has to say. So now we're in an important part in Augur's story about herself. Choosing one of these three options is going to help define her further, and she's going to get a trait out of this, and how she handles it is going to be partly dependent upon our choice. The obvious thing is that she's telling us she needs help getting this medicine to keep her from possibly dying. This is a trait that Augur has picked up. Traits in the game can be beneficial or detrimental, and hers is definitely looking like it's a detrimental one. It sits there and tells us that it starts at level 1 and progresses to level 4. Level 4 is probably not good. Okay, so obviously 2 things triggered. Now we can go and talk to Dade because 0 hours left on his legwork. He's waiting for us. Okay, so we've got a couple of options here. We can sit there and ask them of what do they think would happen if we tip Ultratech off. That's kind of, passive aggressive. A more friendly option would be to sit there and tell them, hey, look, we found you. Ultratech can find you, but we'll help you out. Or we can just be assholes and threaten to kill them. I think probably we're going to go with this upper option. That seems like it's going to be the best. Okay, so it seems like we've successfully got them under our thumb, as the trait says. They're going to owe us 3 favors we can see. They have a trust score with us, 8 out of 100, so they don't trust us very much, but they definitely owe us. And 3 favors can come in really handy, so that's going to be something good in the future. Okay, so in 3 days we've got the heist, but in the middle of the screen our rooms are clean and it's telling us we can upgrade the power. So we're going to need to go down here and go through this and see what we can learn about it. So upgrading the power, this tells us there's a little continue button that we'll be able to click on once we've read through all this and understand it. I mean, it's pretty simple, so let's see. Okay, so we're inside the room. The power wires description is up over here. It'll cost 5K. We've got a total of 53K, so obviously we need to get power in here. And this will sit there and tell us, purchase the upgrade. You can see a bunch of upgrades on the left side of the screen. Obviously, we can't get any of those until we've got power, so we're going to go back here to power wires if we've got one selected. So we click on this upgrade and that should start the upgrade. Okay, so we can see that it's going to take 24 hours for this upgrade to be done. Then we'll be able to get to the room on the other side. So now, basically, the only thing we've got to worry about is this pending heist. So we can go to the Command HQ to check on it, but this video is getting pretty long, so I think we're going to be going ahead and ending it here. And in the next video, we're going to come back and go through all this interesting stuff, and we're going to be taking on this mission. So, thank you so much for watching, my little lambs, and I hope to see you again next time in the Digital Wonderlands.